Old but gold. That's what they say for the classic vintage cars. The older, the higher the value. Credits to workandmoney.com. Here are the most expensive classic cars ever sold at auction. And of course, let's also take a peek under their hoods. Let's get started. 1964 Ferrari 250 LM. Price, $19 million. Only 32 of these incredible Ferraris by Scaglietti were ever made, making them some of the most coveted Ferraris in the world. The highest priced 250 LM was sold for $17.6 million in 2015. At auction, that very car took first place at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1965.
Wow!
It was the last Ferrari to ever do so. Under the hood. Engine, 3.3-liter V12, 320 horsepower, top speed at 180 miles per hour and weighs 1,940 pounds. 1959 Ferrari 250 GT, LWB California Spider, Competizione. Price, $19.46 million. Does this car look familiar?
Nope.
It's the same type of car in Ferris Bueller's Day Off that Cameron accidentally sends flying through a glass wall and into the woods.
Who the hell cares?
Of course, the movie just used a custom-built fiberglass shell to duplicate the look. This 250 GT LWB Spider finished fifth in the 1960 12-hour Sebring race, its speed helped by its alloy body. It fetched $18.15 million at a Gooding & Company auction in 2016. Another one which finished fifth overall at the 1959 Le Mans, fetched $17.99 million at a Sotheby's auction in 2017. Under the hood. Engine, 3-liter V12, 262 horsepower, and top speed of 155 miles per hour. 1994 McLaren F1 LM. Price, $19.8 million. At only 25 years old, this car is the youngest on this list, and by some collectors' standards, perhaps not vintage enough. Regardless of any debate about its age, the McLaren F1 is an incredible supercar masterfully designed down to the last detail. It can hit 100 miles per hour in 6.3 seconds and blitz down a quarter mile straight in 11.1 seconds, with top speeds reaching over 230 miles per hour.
Wow!
Only 64 F1s were built from 1994 through 1997. The one that fetched the highest price at auction was in August of 2019, when chassis number 018 sold for $19.805 million. It was an F1 LM, a limited edition model created to celebrate the F1's victory at the 1995 Le Mans, a grueling 24-hour race. Under the hood. Engine, 6-liter V12, 627 horsepower, top speed, 230 miles per hour and weigh at 2,425 pounds. 1961 Ferrari 250 GT SWB California Spider. Price, $20 million. The Ferrari 250 GT SWB Spider, which sold at auction in 2015 for €16,288,000, was found in a barn and belonged to movie star, Alain Delon.
Hello, cutie pie.
It's the most expensive 250 GT ever sold. Under the hood. Engine, 3.0-liter V12, 277 horsepower, top speed, 149 miles per hour and weigh at 2,646 pounds. 1939 Alfa Romeo 8C, 2900B Lungo Spider. Price, $21.23 million. Would you believe that this was a pre-war car? This Alfa Romeo has a complicated history involving its coachwork and engine, but it remains one of the most striking examples of a classic sports car. It is one of only 12 extant touring Spiders, and it fetched $19.8 million in 2016 at a Sotheby's auction. Under the hood. Engine, 2.9-liter straight 8, and 180 horsepower. 1963 Aston Martin DP215. Price, $21.455 million. This Aston Martin didn't win any races. The gearbox broke down after 4 hours during the 1963 Le Mans. But wait, it remains one of the world's most sought-after cars.
What?
It's the only one of its kind, and it survived mostly intact. It sold for $21.455 million at a Sotheby's auction in 2018. Under the hood. Engine, 4.0-liter straight 6, 326 horsepower, top speed, 198.6 miles per hour, and weight, 2,219 pounds. 1955 Jaguar D-Type. Price, $23.35 million. The Jaguar D-Type is just one of the coolest race cars ever made. And it's blisteringly fast too. The 1955 D-Type that sold at auction in 2016 for $21.78 million, averaged 104.47 miles per hour on the 1955 Le Mans, and hit 156.868 miles per hour on the Mulsanne Straight. The D-Type's greatest hour came during the 1957 Le Mans, where it took the first, second, third, fourth and sixth spots in the 55-car race. Under the hood. Engine, 3.4-liter straight-six, 250 horsepower, top speed, 156.8 miles per hour, and weight 2,090 pounds. 1935 Duesenberg SSJ. Price, $22 million. The 1935 Duesenberg SSJ that fetched $22 million at auction in 2018, belonged to actor Gary Cooper. Certainly that added a 0 or 2 to this beast of a car, but the main draw is the road monster itself. The Duesenberg is a luxury car introduced just before the Great Depression, its 5,000-pound frame barely hiding a massive straight-8 engine, that could put out 400 horsepower in its supercharged SSJ model, and hit 60 miles per hour in less than 8 seconds. Under the hood. Engine, 7.3-liter straight-8 supercharged, 400 horsepower, top speed, around 160 miles per hour, and weight, 5,200 pounds. Aston Martin DBR1. Price, $23.67 million. British entrepreneur and engineer David Brown, dream to win the Le Mans began in 1949, 3 years after buying the struggling Aston Martin company for £30,000. Brown realized that dream a decade later when his Aston Martin DBR1 won the 1959 Le Mans. The one sold at auction in 2017, for a record-setting $22.5 million, was the first of 5 DBR1s ever made. Plus it won the 1959 Nürburgring. Under the hood. Engine, 2.9-liter V6, 301 horsepower, and weight at 1,765 pounds. 1964 Ferrari 275 GDBC Speciale. Price, $28.7 million. Ferrari engineer Mauro Forghieri designed 3 of these 275 GDB Competizione Speciale cars as successors to the GTO. The 275 GDBC variations were designed with a super lightweight aluminum bodywork for the 1965 Le Mans. Under the hood. Engine, 3.3-liter V12, 230 horsepower, and top speed, 160 miles per hour. 1967 Ferrari 275 GDB4S Nart Spider. Price, $30.38 million. Out of its original planned production line of 25, only 10 of these Spiders were ever made due to lack of demand. But a man named Eddie Smith thought it was one of the coolest cars in the world. In 1968 he purchased a 275 GDB Nart Spider for between $8,000 and $14,500 that time, and refused to sell it, even to Steve McQueen after the actor crashed his own Nart Spider, according to Car and Driver. Eddie Smith passed away in 2007, leaving the car to his son, Eddie Jr. He put it up for auction in 2013, where it fetched $25 million at auction. He gave the proceeds away to charity. Under the hood. Engine, 3.3-liter V12, 300 horsepower, top speed, 166.5 miles per hour, and weight, 2,866 pounds. 1956 Ferrari 290mm. Price, $30.45 million. The MM in this Ferrari stands for the Mille Miglia, which it was designed for and won in 1956. Only 4 were made, 3 still exist. When Sotheby's put one of them up for sale in 2015, it sold for $28 million. Another one was sold for $22 million in 2018. Under the hood. Engine, 3.5-liter V12, 320 horsepower, top speed, 170 miles per hour, and weight, 1,940 pounds. 1954 Mercedes-Benz W196. Price, $32.17 million. This was the car that reinstituted Mercedes-Benz in the Ferrari and Maserati-dominated racing world, although it was a short-lived reign. During the 1955 24 Hours Le Mans, Pierre Lévesque W196 crashed into another vehicle and into a pole, with debris, including its 450-pound engine block, flying into the stands, killing 83 spectators.
Oh my God!
It was the deadliest crash in motorsport history. Mercedes-Benz withdrew from competitive racing for 29 years, until 1994. The car sold at Bonhams for $29.6 million in 2013. Under the hood. Engine, 2.5-liter straight-8, 290 horsepower, top speed, 186 miles per hour, and weight, 1,841 pounds. 1957 Ferrari 335 Spider. Price, $38.3 million. The 335 finished second in the 1957 Mille Miglia, but its reputation was tarnished. During the race, another 335 tire exploded.
Oh my God!
And the race car veered off the road and killed 10 spectators, including 5 children. Driver Alfonso de Portago and his navigator were also killed in the crash. Only 4 of these cars were ever made, contributing to its stratospheric price tag. Under the hood. Engine, 4.0-liter V12, 390 horsepower, top speed, 186 miles per hour, and weight, 1,940 pounds. 1962 Ferrari GTO. Price, $48.4 million. The Ferrari 250 GTO is the holy grail of car collectors. Only 36 were ever built, and this particular legendary motor car is worth more than Kanye and Kim Kardashian's house. It smashed car auction sales records by selling for $48.405 million in 2018. Edoardo Lualdi Gabardi drove the record-breaking Ferrari to victory in the 1962 Italian GT Championship, and it's only one of 7 with Series 2 coachwork. The car's history is fascinating. But this GTO isn't even the most expensive GTO ever sold.
What?
A silver 1963 GTO sold to the founder of WeatherTech for $70 million in 2018 in a private sale. That car won the 1964 Tour de France. Under the hood. Engine, 3.0-liter V12, 296 horsepower, top speed, 174 miles per hour, and weight, 1,940 pounds. Hope you like our cool clip. Please like and share. Thanks for watching.